Photoshop has some new updates and I think these updates are pretty cool. I'm gonna show you exactly what these new updates are, and I really like the second update because that's a really cool thing they added to Photoshop and I'm happy they finally did. So let's have a look at these new features. Alright, here I'm inside Photoshop and what I want to do is I want to use this photo as an example to show you what these new features are. Let's first duplicate this photo by pressing Ctrl or Command J, and then I'm going to press right mouse and convert this to a smart object. We're working with smart objects so we don't destruct the original layer, right? So now let's go to filter and I'm going to select camera raw filter. And inside camera raw filter, we can see the new features. Then I'm gonna go to the remove section. And if you click on this icon, you can come into the remove section. And here we have a new feature called blemishes. Let's open up this window and then we can click on apply. And it's gonna automatically remove skin blemishes. And it's already done with processing. Now let's have a look at the before and after, and let me zoom in on his face first. On the right side, we have the settings for the blemishes. Now let's actually move this all the way down again and also the fade. And let's have a look at how this actually works. Now the first slider, this will remove the blemishes. When you move this to the right, you can see all these blemishes start to disappear on her face. But we can also see some moles and freckles on her face. And these have a separate slider. It's also explained here. So that's pretty cool because now you can separate your blemishes from the moles and freckles, because blemishes you might want to remove because they are temporarily on your face, and if you have moles and freckles, you probably want to keep those because those are part of your face, right? So let's first remove the blemishes. So I'm going to move this to the right. You can see they start to disappear. And then we also have the moles, freckles, etc. slider. That is the face slider. And in case you want to remove those, maybe for a photo shoot, you still want to remove those, you can also do it by moving this one. And let's have a look at how this works. Left, you can see we have those freckles on her face. We have some moles here. And when I move this to the right, they start to disappear. So you have a really clean face now. If you want to refine this, let's say you don't want to remove them all, you just want to remove some of them, you can also go to refine here. And then you can see all these moles and freckles and blemishes are inside these red dots. And you can really remove them one by one or bring them back one by one. So that's really cool because you can really control the whole face. So let's say I want to restore some of these. I will just click on the restore one and I can remove the red spots. That means that those will not be removed. And if I want to remove them, I click on remove and I make this area selected like that, and I click on apply and it will remove those. So this is a really nice feature in Photoshop because you can do everything automatically inside Camera Raw and you don't need to do this manually anymore. So this is going to save a lot of time. Now let's have a look at the second feature, and the second feature is also something that has to do with your skin. Now let's go to the second example images, and let's say you have this photo but you want to make the skin color better. If you look at this photo, you can see the skin doesn't look right. It looks a bit greenish to me. So we can now also fix that in Photoshop by having a skin tone indicator. So let's first duplicate the background by pressing Ctrl Command J. Then I'm going to press right mouse and make a smart object again. Then I'm going to go into Camera Raw again by going to Filter, Camera Raw Filter. And when we look at the histogram here, we can press right mouse and we now have show Vectorscope. And if you don't know what the Vectorscope is, if you worked with DaVinci Resolve to do video editing, for instance, you always have a Vectorscope to make sure the skin tones are correctly. You want to make sure the color of your skin looks right on every shot, right? So we now have this Vectorscope inside here. Now inside the Vectorscope, you can see these are the colors of our image, this little cloud there. This is the whole image now. Then we also have the skin tone line, as you can see here with this little icon there. This means that the skin tones should be on this line. And you want to make sure you have the skin tones really close to the line or actually on the line to have the best skin tone colors. Now, if you press right mouse, if you don't see the skin tone indicator, you can enable it here, show skin tone indicator, and now you can see we have this line. Now we want to make sure we only see the skin tones and not the whole image, because this little cloud here, this represents the whole image, the colors of the image. We want to represent only the skin tones now. So let's actually go to masking because we want to mask out the skin. Let's click on this one. Then we have our person here. So I'm going to click on person 1 in the section of people. And then we can select what we want to mask out. We want to mask out all the skin in the image. So let's select facial skin. I'm also going to select body skin. And I'm also going to select eyebrows. And let's also do lips. So you want to make sure you select all the skin in the person. So this looks pretty right. Then we're going to create a mask. So now we have a mask of a whole skin of our image. And now we can look at the Vectorscope. And if you look at the Vectorscope, you can see it's a little bit to the left. It's more to the greenish, yellowish side. And it should be more to the red, orange side, like there. So we want to make sure to fix that. Now to fix that, we can go down here. Let's actually scroll down. And we can fix it in different ways. We can either go to color and change the color sliders here. So let's say I'm going to move this a bit to the left. Now you can see the skin tone gets a little bit better on that line. But I have a feeling it's a bit too much to the center. So the more it goes to the center, the less saturated the image is. So I'm not going to use this one. So let's actually bring it back. You can also use the tint here. This is a little bit better. But I'm also not going to use that one. Then we can also use the hue. In the hue, you can also move this one around to get better skin tones. But I feel like the best way to do this is not by using any of these. We're going to go down and we're going to go to point color. So if you open up the point color, I'm going to take this sample point color. Then I'm going to click on the skin. And now it's selecting the skin color. And then we can change the skin tone. So let's actually change it here inside the hue, saturation, luminance, and variance. So let's start off with the hue. And let's have a look at the Vectorscope here and also at her face and her body to make sure it looks right. So I'm going to move this a bit to the right. So you can see it's getting more to the skin tone line. Then I'm also going to use the saturation to bring it slightly down. You want to make sure the skin tone line is like in the center here. Not too much to the top and also not too much to the center, like in the center here, between the whole line, somewhere in the middle, right? So something like this should be fine. Then we can also try the luminance. I don't think we actually need the luminance here. Let's try the variance. And this one probably also don't need. Now let's press OK and let's have a look at the before. Before we had this, it looks pretty greenish. And now after we have this looks a lot more natural. So those are the new features in Photoshop. I really like these features and I'm happy they finally got those things inside Photoshop. So thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.